I'm Graham Johnson from the Port of Tacoma. Here's what's happening on Pierce County's working waterfront. We begin with a new report to the community, highlighting the Port of Tacoma's work over the past year.
At the Port of Tacoma, we're building for the future.
The 2026 State of the Port video showcases key accomplishments in 2025, including progress on the Maritime Center project along the Foss Waterway. In the video, port leaders also highlight work on the Blair Waterway Deepening Project. And they outline environmental initiatives like the addition of electric fleet vehicles and the cleanup of legacy contamination on port-owned sites.
The Port of Tacoma made significant strides in 2025, and we are well positioned for a successful 2026.
The state of your port is strong, and so is our commitment to serving this community.
The State of the Port shows you the work centered around 6 key strategic focus areas: economic vitality, environmental leadership, transportation advocacy, organizational success, workforce development, and community connections. You can find the 2026 State of the Port video on the Port's social media channels and on the news page at portoftacoma.com. In February, the Port of Tacoma hosted a tour of high school seniors from Sumner and Bonney Lake. Nearly 40 students visited the port's maintenance shop, including the huge bays that hold straddle carriers, which are used to move containers. They also saw demonstrations of all kinds of equipment and even tried out a machine used for rail line work. Port staff talked with students about career opportunities, including jobs that don't require a college degree.
There's just so many jobs here, so I feel like for whatever career path anyone's interested in, I feel like this is a really good field trip to take.
The port regularly welcomes high school students from across Pierce County for tours. The Port of Tacoma is buying a new rapid response boat that will be built by Silverback Marine, a port tenant. In February, commissioners authorized the purchase of a new 24-foot aluminum vessel, similar to this one, that will support security, spill response, and inspections. Silverback Marine builds boats at the Early Business Center, a port property on the Blair-Hylebos Peninsula.
They're a very impressive company. Really good local tenant.
The purchase is largely funded by a federal port security grant. The Northwest Seaport Alliance is taking new steps to improve cargo efficiency with inland logistics hubs. In February, the Alliance signed an agreement with the ports of Benton, Pasco, and Walla Walla to develop a logistics hub in southeast Washington that includes distribution facilities and access to railroads and Columbia River barges.
It really shows how Washington State is really one.
The Inland Logistics Hub is expected to benefit Washington growers by making it more efficient to get their products to the port for exporting. The Alliance also has hubs in Idaho and North Dakota. To see how decisions are made at the Port of Tacoma, you can attend a commission meeting. The port's 5 commissioners meet at the Fabulous Center off Port of Tacoma Road. Meetings start at noon and public comment is welcome. They're also streamed on the port website. For agendas by email, you can sign up for our community newsletter, Pierside. You'll find a link on our homepage, portoftacoma.com. And we invite you to connect with us on social media. The free speaker series the Port launched last year is back for another season. Ports and Popcorn returns Thursday, March 12th at the Grand Cinema in Tacoma. Port historian Rod Kuhn will give a talk called The Port of Tacoma, A Journey Through Time. And on April 2nd, Joey Halverson, the Vice President of Operations for Tote Maritime Alaska, will talk about the twice-weekly service between Tacoma and Anchorage. To find out about free tickets, visit the Tours and Events page at portoftacoma.com. Also on our website, you can sign up for free tickets to a bus tour of the Port of Tacoma. Tours run about 2 hours through the port and the tide flats, and they give you a close-up look at international trade. Dates and times are now posted for bus tours through the end of June. Finally this month, celebrating Lunar New Year. The Port helps sponsor the Asia Pacific Cultural Center's Vibrant New Year event on February 28th featuring Cambodia. Commissioners attended and the port hosted a booth. And then there were Monkeyshines. Each Lunar New Year, people around Tacoma hunt for hidden glass orbs or floats. This year, the port commissioned youth at Hilltop Artists to produce Port Monkeyshines in honor of the Year of the Fire Horse. Port staff hid 23 orbs, each in a different city or town across Pierce County. And on social media, people sent us photos when they found them. Thank you to everyone who joined the search and shared those photos. And thank you for watching. We'll be back in April with a new edition of Working Waterfront.